Hey, we're here in Bristol still. You can see behind me the crew setting things up for this evening's performance. And I was just chatting to somebody earlier, and we were actually talking about when the first Black Star Riders album was being made. And I was reminded of a funny story that happened to us over in Australia that I thought I'd share with you. When we recorded the first Black Star Riders album, we recorded it with a producer named Kevin Shirley. Very famous man, done Iron Maiden. He's worked with Jimmy Page on all the Led Zeppelin stuff. He also does Journey, a number of other bands. So it was exciting that he was going to be involved in the project. But due to his schedule, we didn't have a lot of time. In fact, 12 days to record 12 songs. But the guys did a fantastic job, and you of course have heard the final results. But shortly after we recorded that album, we were doing our final tour as Thin Lizzy in Australia, opening for Kiss and Motley Crue. And it turns out that Paul Stanley is quite the Thin Lizzy fan, and so he was hanging out with us quite a bit. And I remember we started off, I believe it was in Adelaide, and on the first day of the tour, we had gathered in the lobby of the hotel to go head over to the venue to do a sound check. And the Kiss guys were going as well. And I remember Paul walking over to me and kind of intentionally bumping into me. He said, "So, I was reading online this morning that after this tour, your boys are changing their name." And I said, "Yeah, after this, it's no longer Thin Lizzy, it's going to be Black Star Riders. We just recorded the album." In fact, that very morning, I had received the masters from Kevin Shirley, and we were all very pleased with what we heard. And he said, "Oh yes, Kevin Shirley, I know him. He's a fantastic producer." And I said, "Yeah, so we're excited about where that's going." Now, throughout this entire conversation that Paul and I are having, there was a chair right beside me, and Scott Gorham was sitting there with kind of his back to it, but obviously had been listening in. And Scott, once you get to know him a little bit, I love the man dearly, but if there's a negative angle to something, he's going to find it. And he overhears this, and he kind of chimes in to Paul, and he says, "Yeah, 12 songs in 12 days. And without missing a beat, Paul looked at him and said, "Hey, it didn't hurt Led Zeppelin any." That caused us all to laugh. Anyway, that was that.